Hey everybody, welcome back into Lettermen Row. I'm Austin Ward, joined as always for the defensive breakdown by my guy, Zach Boren, the captain, the middle linebacker, the fullback. He can do it all. Thanks for coming in. You got
Sometimes I can do it all.
Another win in the game.
Yeah.
Another chance for Ohio State to go prove that toughness. Just overall, what did you think of the Silver Bullets in that effort on Saturday?
Yeah, do you want to, obviously, when Michigan won the toss and elected to receive, you knew Michigan had some wrinkles up their sleeve for the Ohio State defense. You saw it early, but you saw the Ohio State defense make some changes. The coaches kind of started off with a little bit more zone coverage than what we've seen, and then changed it to a little bit more of a blitzing man-on-man game as the game went on. And obviously, this Ohio State defense just took over the game as the game went on.
When you look at this now, that toughness they showed in a lot of short yardage situations and stopping the run, we've already seen Ohio State play Wisconsin. But what did you see in the win over Michigan that tells you they'll be ready again to maybe slow down Jonathan Taylor and the Badgers?
Well, I mean, in the game, I mean, it's the toughest game you'll play in all year, right? That's where the game is won. On the, offensive line, defensive line, those linebackers, running backs, it's a tough, hard-nosed game, right? And the way the Ohio State defense stepped up, answered the bell multiple times, especially on the 4th and 1, and we just saw throughout the entire game, just the Ohio State offense, defense line dominate that game, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to see it against Wisconsin. It was in the pouring rain in the Horseshoe back in October. Ohio State still dominated the football game, I think, on a dry field. It's just this team is clicking on way too many levels for, I think, Wisconsin give them any kind of scenario where they're taking advantage of the game.
All right, looking back at the game and then forward at Wisconsin for Ohio State, got Zach Boren right here to break it all down for us. Let's roll the tape. All right, Zach, let's just go ahead and start with the one that winds up basically winning the game for Ohio State.
It does.
A key play. Jim Harbaugh finally got aggressive here.
This is maybe where Jim Harbaugh's catching the most fire, too, for this play, right?
Well, you have to try to win at some point.
Hey, listen, as a defense, though, my goodness, this is 4th and 1. They go Wildcat. It's like, hey, time to get your pee hot. Let's go. Hey, this is man-on-man. This is, my hat underneath their hat. This is who is a dude right now. As a linebacker, something's coming downhill, right? You see the defense line get great penetration. B.B. Landers takes the center, throws him all the way over top. Tough Borland's watching the fullback cross right here, staying right in his lane. And listen, it's B.B. Landers shedding, making a play. All these guys. You see Justin Hilliard getting pressure on the tight end right here. And so many people, have said, why didn't they follow 74? So many people afterwards. If you go back a little bit, you look at him right now, he's looking at it. This is why he doesn't follow number 74. Because Justin Hilliard beats the tight end on the inside. That guess what? As soon as he sees this, look at his head right now. The running back says, okay, screw this. I can't go that way. I got to get downhill because I got to get 1 yard and I can't dance around. So everyone's saying, yeah, after the fact, guess what? He may have been able to catch 74, but by this point, he already sees this guy gets beat. He already sees Jonathan Cooper over here. He's like, I got to put my head down and try and get 1 yard right here. And you see B.B. Landers shed this guy, make a huge tackle. Chase Young's obviously putting a dude on the ground. What's new, right? And then you see the Silver Bullets flying to the football. You see Tough Borland coming. You see Arnett coming in. You see Fuller coming in from over top. I mean, all these guys flying the football, they know how big this is. That's a coup to my bad. You see all these guys knowing how big of a play this is, and they come in here and have a huge stop.
Yeah, B.B. Landers gets credit for it. He's at the bottom of the pile, but count him. This is what we were doing back in week 1 for the difference with the Silver Bullets.
You're right.
Count those hats on the ground right here.
I mean, if you look at this, almost, I think there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 out of 11 here in the play, right? That's the biggest difference this year compared to last year. Last year, you saw 1 or 2 guys around the football. There was 1 missed tackle, the guy's gone. This year, you've got 8 guys flying the football. And the reason why these guys aren't, because guess what? He's keeping outside leverage. The guys are doing their job.
Yeah, I think that's one of those plays that a defensive coordinator will frame and put up in his office. You have eight hats on a 4th and 1 against Michigan. So that's another example of why this rush defense has been so good this year. We'll see if they can stop Jonathan Taylor again on Saturday, but odds are if they get this kind of effort, they will, and a lot more. This one, I knew I had to throw it in there because I think it's kind of got overblown or overlooked because of the fumble on the next play, but it wouldn't have been that situation without Pete Warner helping set it up and set the edge.
This was a huge play, 21-13, right? And like you said, no one really looks at this because of the fumble in the next play, but this is what set that play up, like you said. This forced Michigan to go in the shotgun and try and throw a pass, right? Watch, this is Pete Warner. This is completely different than last year. Last year, they would have tried dancing around, right? Dancing around the block would have been one-on-one with Tough Borland in space. And who knows, that playing one-on-one out here in space is a hard tackle to make, right? Well, instead, Pete Warner, what's he do? He knows he's got outside leverage. What's he do? This is a big, ugly offensive lineman coming around. He blows his outside shoulder up, gets underneath his shoulder pads, turns his shoulders. Guess what? Comes off and makes a play. This is textbook linebacker play. And for everyone wanting to say, hey, the linebackers aren't playing great, or hey, Pete Warner's not doing this, not doing that. This is a grown man play right here. He knows he's got leverage. He's the only guy out here. Blow that dude up and make a play. Pete Warner, get yourself some, man.
And 32 coming in right behind. Those guys.
32, look at that, running sideline to sideline. Shocker, right? No one thinks the dude can run sideline to sideline. Right here, staying with Shea Patterson. Number 74 is coming around for him. Guess what? Tough knows, hey, he's going to get a mouthful too if he were to get to him. But Pete comes in, bam, blows him up, and Tough's right there to finish him.
Big play from the linebackers. And we talked about it last week, Zach. They have been coming on. They're completely different than a year ago. More plays involved here down the stretch for Ohio State. Just stringing them out, throwing them down. Baron Browning just really continues to come on. He's even not fully healthy still.
I love this play too, right? These linebackers are playing in tandem. That's what you call it. You call them tandem linebackers, right? So that means the ball needs to stay inside on his right shoulder. If it's coming this way, Baron Browning keeps the ball on the right shoulder. Malik Harrison, he keeps it on his left shoulder, right? Playing in tandem, keeping it in between them. Guess what? Malik Harrison sees this, knows Chase Young's coming the inside. So what's Malik Harrison go do? He goes to get on the outside leverage here to string this out, knowing he's got to keep the ball on the inside. Baron Browning, what's that do playing in tandem? Leaves him to run the alley right here. You see this alley, called a scrape lane. Baron Browning comes here, runs the alley, takes the scrape lane, makes a great play here, tackle for loss. I mean, that is perfect how you do it, playing in unison, playing in tandem as linebackers.
Yeah, there we go. That's counting them up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers we've talked about in the last two plays. We wind it up here. Not a linebacker, a big guy right in the middle that you need. This is going to go down as a sack, so it's not quite a perfect comparison for Jonathan Taylor, but just continues to dominate the interior line there. Just he and Ja'Shawn Cornell, Robert Landers have been phenomenal this year.
This defensive line has been so good. I know Chase Young, everyone deservedly so, right? He gets most of the credit, but this defensive line has been so good. And you see this right here. It's in the fourth quarter, right? They pin their ears back. They're coming after him. And what people think, it's Chase Young, it's the other defensive end position. These two guys on the inside are pass rushing as well, right? Look at the pressure they're getting one-on-one. No one can block any of these defensive linemen one-on-one. You see this, Chase Young gets pressure, Jonathan Cooper gets pressure, right? Forces Shea Patterson to step up, and look who's there defeating his one-on-one block is Devon Hamilton. Gets a big sack here. I believe that was the first sack of the day at this point, but hey, that's big for this Ohio State defense, for them to get pressure on the quarterback and get some big-time sacks.
Guess we could have put that on the Chase Young clip, too, because he's not so bad.
Yeah, we could have. I know. For sure.
Ohio State, those silver bullets, hey, they don't like seeing that 27 right there, but they gave Ryan Day, Greg Madison, Jeff Fafley everything they needed in those big marquee moments. Got to win in the game. It's never easy. Saturday night, a chance for a championship. Zach Boren knows what it's like to play in those big games. He knows what it takes on defense. That's why he's here breaking it down for us on Lettermen Row. BuckIQ. For Zach, I'm Austin Ward. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live. We've got the practice report. We got rapid reaction. Hey, and we got BuckIQ with Zach Boren.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.